しつかれたこの鼓動は無力で儚いもの痛みは空よりもうららかに空があった風も熱も夢も明日も空気中にさまよった理想怒り視線切な渦を巻くような暗く深い場所じりじり音を立ててからめ取られ数えきれぬほどの瞳が全部笑ったら後ろの
Oh, bitch, this Takano bitch is gonna show up soon and ruin everything. Stay away, bitch. Do it again? Fuck you. Yeah, let me interrupt him real quick so that we have an excuse to listen to it again. Ooh. Okay, let me see. Okay. One more time? No. Oh fuck, I should have gone to pee. What tips were they? Oh, bro, it's just it's more of this shit. Maybe I should do this one? Because this one has this motherfucker here. Alright, let me go pee, chat. I'll be right back. I gotta pee so bad. These ones are skippable low-key. Okay, then I'll skip them.
圭一くん何かな
Chakalaka.
All right, let's go. What?
じゃあ行ってくれよ。
車に気をつけるのよ。
No, 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 no. Shut up, Keiichi. Don't start yapping yet.
晩ご飯までには帰ってらっしゃいね。
Where the fuck are we going? Oh, are we going to? Ooh. I'm surprised we still haven't talked about Watanagashi yet. With all the club members coming, it was pretty possible there would be a contest based on how fast or how much you could eat. Rena was already at our usual meeting place. Oh shit, Mion arrived a minute later.
よっしゃ。
That's what she was wearing when she killed us last chapter.
じゃあ早速行こうかね。おじさん朝ごはんを抜いてきたからお腹ペコペコ。
さすがだな。
Pecco Pecco?
もちろん俺も朝食抜きで万全の体制だぜ。
二人とも朝食抜きは健康に良くないよ。
That's wrong, Rena. I've skipped breakfast most of my life.
レナはちゃんと食べたんだよ。
そうかそうか。レナは偉いぞ。朝食は一日の基本だもんな。きっと成長途上なミオンを飛び越して
Nothing wrong with
ナイ
that.
スバデーになってグラビアを独り占めだ。
Oh.
グラビアを独り占め。ナイスバデーになったらレナのとこにも白馬の王子様とか来てくれるかな絶対来ないと思う。ケイちゃんも責任取れないならレナにいい加減なことは吹き込まないように。この子明日から3食くらいまとめて朝食を取り出すかもしれないよ。
Yeah, I could see Rena doing that. Wait, who did this gluttonous princess think was going to come for
ま
her?
その話は置いといて。とにかく俺たちはいい感じで腹ペコだ。さっさと行って大バーベキュー大会とシャレ込もうぜ。
The venue for said barbecue was to be the Furude Shrine grounds where Rika-chan lived. They held events and festivals here, there, and barbecues too. It was a place that held all sorts of ceremonies in Hinamizawa. Come to think of it, there was supposed to be a big village festival coming up, wasn't there? Watanagashi or something. Oh shit. Bro, fucking I'm actually pre-played. I fucking know. The scenery you could see that from that high up was fairly superb, and the calm atmosphere, particularly to shrines, was something fairly difficult to find in the city. We left our bicycles at the bottom of the shrine steps and broke into a mad dash up the stairs. When we arrived on the shrine grounds, the Hinamizawa fighters and their fathers had already gathered and had begun setting up for the barbecue early. Of course, Satoko and Rika-chan were there as well. When they noticed our arrival, they waved to us.
ほら、忘れずにちゃんと来ましたわね。皆さんが来なければその分お肉が多く食べられましたのに。実に残念でございましたよ。
甘いぜサトコ。俺たちが来た以上、まさか霜降りが一口でも食べられるなんて思ってるんじゃないだろうな。以前ここで弁当を食った時を
Oh
思い
fuck,
出
I'm
せ。
hungry. Stop talking
俺と
about
サトコの
food.
致命的なリーチさで今回も圧倒してやるぜ。
Bro, by this time, normally I'm fucking done eating dinner, laying down, you know, rolling around with Dodi. Fucking... Oh.
なんですって？そんなの絶対に許せませんわ。
泣こうがわめこうが、サトコは目の前で牛肉を頬張るのを見るだけだ。安心しろ。
On Dino. True, I'd be hopping on Dino soon.
ピーマンやナスは譲ってやるからな。
僕もさとこにかぼちゃを焼いたのをいっぱいいっぱい譲ってあげますです。
When Satoko heard the word squash, her complexion changed color. When she took my overwhelming reach into account, she knew it wasn't just a threat. It could actually happen.
監督に伝えとくよ。さとこはかぼちゃが大好きだーって。監督のことだから日本全国から特産のかぼちゃを山盛り集めてきてくれるね。
Kabucha?
よかったなサトコ。どのかぼちゃもよりどり緑だぞ。朝から晩までずーっと3食かぼちゃ三昧だ。
Satoko tried to leap into Rena's chest. Oh no, clearly given another second, Rena's mock punches would have us piled on the ground. So just before Satoko hit Rena, I grabbed her by the nape of the neck and pulled her back. Oh my gosh, she's a titan. The nape. A superb reaction with only seconds of foresight. At least it was supposed to be. But for Rena, when I caught the leaping, crying Satoko, it looked I was keeping her to myself. I think it's supposed to be, it looked like I was keeping her to myself. Oh, that's like the first typo I've seen. Bam, bam, bam. Bam, bam, bam. Rika didn't do anything. Satoko laughed in a shrill voice at Rika-chan and Rena's unproductive game of tag while we watched them sprawled out on the ground.
大丈夫ですか、前原さん。園崎さんも。
The coach came over and lent us a hand. This guy can't be an important character, chat. Oh wait, no, he does have a picture. No, then he is important. He does have full array of pictures. Bro, stop metagaming? No, think about it. I mean, yeah, I am metagaming a little bit, but most of the characters who don't have that much importance, they didn't have sprites back then. But this motherfucker has sprites. So... Nah, I think he might be... I bet you he's part of the Sonozaki family. Or something. Or he's like one of the fucking, you know? Remember he has that hand obsession? So like he might be the fucking original murderer? This is just how we communicate, that's all. Yeah, he's the director that we saw in chapter 1 at the end. You never learn, do you? Laughed the coach loudly. It made us start to laugh too. Satoko's laughter, Rika-chan's yelling, and Rena's strange voice were kind of comfortable to hear. The adults here knew what they were doing, so the barbecue was ready in short order. As the salad oil dripped down onto the plate with a hiss, there was a loud cheer. When the coach brought over a big plate with all the meat on it, we all cheered again. Wait, hang on. Director in Japanese.
Kantoku.
And that was a director in chapter 1, remember? And she said director is coming. No. Oh no. What does that mean? It means we're getting deeper into it. Now we're starting to peel the fucking layers of the onion. We're getting into the core.
これなんかグラムいくらするか知ってます？本当に奮発したんですよ。
当然ですわ。三流のお肉じゃ昨日の私の大活躍をねぎらうには値しませんでしたよ。
Coach is also Kantoku? Yeah, but it can't be a coincidence as they're both Kantoku and they're both... Did they say Kantoku in chapter 1, chat? I don't remember. Hang on. This is where the VOD channel comes in handy. Hold up, hold up. No. Hold up. Oh shit, hold on. The disturbing cackle unpleasantly resounded around me. God, I missed this. That Reno we're talking about. Point. It would have been in or pockets. Help me even could.
あれだよ。
ケイちゃん。
何どう言っ
あ？監督って言ったら監督だよ。
See?
映画の監督とか工事現場の監督とか
Through all of my memories for a director who might have business with me? Yeah! A director who has business with us! The baseball coach? Oh shit, whoops.
今日の主賓はさとこちゃんに違いないね。
確かに最後のホームランを打ったのは紛れもなくサトコだもんな。しかも油断させたといえ小細工なしの特大アーチ。
さとこは運動神経は良いのです。
悪いどころか世代的には突出してるんじゃない？私なんかと比べても運動能力は決して劣らないでしょ。
Oh, crazy glaze!
ひょっとすると将来はスポーツ界で大活躍できるかもね。なんだか褒めちぎられて照れますわね。むしゃむしゃ。
Musha. Satoko, for whom the excessive praise made her not notice the moderately grilled meat being stolen one after another, was just far too cute.
前原さん。
Tomita-kun and Okamura-kun were carrying something over to us. It was a huge barbecue plate.
これぞまさしくバーベキューの主人公の到着じゃねえかよ。
The plate was chock full of skewers and vegetable and meat on them. The grilled, burning hot meat juices made a sound as they drizzled off. Gulp. You need a lot of heat for cooking something on a metal skewer, so they had grilled the whole plate at once.
やっぱりこれがなきゃバーベキューとは言わないですよね。
Oh my god,
あ
I'm
あ
hungry.
全くだ。
Fuck.
俺も手をよいしょ。
What just happened? I'll help out, so let's get it over there. Up we go.
見て見て。
What the fuck just happened? I didn't press anything.
すごいのが来たよ。
Everyone greeted us with a cheer. Restart the chapter. Shut the fuck up. Each person received a skewer with vegetables and big pieces of meat on it. They also received paper cups filled to the brim with juice. In my right hand were pounds of piping hot barbecue. In left was a cup of juice that I could chug down. If this didn't make you want to dance, you weren't a man. Okay. Alright, okay, geez, a little sexist. Let's relax there.
ガブッといくぞ。ガブッと。
Kabuto.
まだまだケイちゃん。ほらほら、一応セレモニーってことで。
Oh, a ceremony?
みんな注目。
Coach with a cup of beer in his hands mounted the nearby beer cooler. This was supposed to be a victory celebration after all. We needed an opening statement. Damn, I hope it ends soon. For every second this goes on for, a little more of the food's freshness goes away. Satoko stomped down onto the back of my foot.
まったくいい年の男が卑しいですわね。もう少しエレガントに我慢できませんの？
Remind me of Spy Family.
俺ってつくづく思ってることが顔に出ちゃうのな。
じゃあみんないいですか？昨日は大勝利でしたね。すごいピッチャーの登場で苦戦もしましたが、こちらも同じくらい頼もしい助っ人の登場で見事逆転勝利を収めることができました。
Clap, clap, clap. Both my hands were full, so the adults and older brothers gave us a round of applause.
今日はその戦勝祝賀会です。約束通り美味しいお肉をいっぱい用意しましたからね。今日はいっぱい食べて次の試合への活力にしていきましょう。
Then, after a few words of thanks to the fathers and brothers who helped with the barbecue, he led us in a toast.
乾杯!
They say that when toasting, you can normally down the contents of your cup. When we were young, at the toast, all of us immediately began to dig into our skewers. After that, it got really lively with everyone, congratulating one another for things they did during the game. Like how someone made a great catch or how awesome someone looked when stealing a base. Of course, they congratulated me too, the savior who appeared to fight against the Koshian pitcher.
まあ俺の活躍も含めてあれはサトコの
Did
活
he
躍だっ
did he
たわ
end
けだ
up
からな。
fucking going to get dessert with the fucking pervert? Dessert pervert?
確かにサトコの作戦ではあったけどさ、
With
カ
the
メラを
freak?
口説き落とすなんて真似はケイちゃん以外にはできなかったわけだし、十分ケイちゃんも称えられるに値する活躍をしてるよ。
そういえばケイチ君、あの後亀田君と一緒にケーキを食べに行ったんだよね。なんだかすっごく仲良さそうだった。
ライバル関係から男同士の友情が芽生えちゃったわけ。
そういうのってなんだかそのは
No fuck. I violently brushed through Rena's hair as she turned red in the face for some reason at the mention of friendship between males, dispersing her pleasant-seeming ideas. The fuck? She thought we were like yaoi, bro? Now then, where's the hero, or rather the heroine, Satoko? Oh, there she is. Satoko was with Rika-chan in the middle of bragging her heart out about the home run yesterday, and her teammates spared no compliment for her, since even though he was going easy on her, the fact that she hit a throw from Koshian pitcher was something else. Satoko was more loquacious than usual. It seems she was in a great mood. Oh no, bro, they're setting it up. Great mood, peak happiness. And then, boom, Satoko's head appears, rolling down the fucking street. She was flying so high that I thought for a moment about getting a word in to tease her. But she was the leading actress today, so I decided not to bully her at all. As I watched Satoko going at things as lively as usual under the sun, it struck me that it didn't quite line up with the pleasant time I spent with her. But both of those were the real Satoko. I didn't care which it was, her smiling happily or making a big, lively fuss like this. Just as long as she would keep smiling like this forever.
楽しそうですね。あんなにはしゃいで。
The coach had approached me from behind before I realized it. Whoa, what the fuck? As he gazed at Satoko from afar like I had been doing, he addressed me. So I could tell he was talking about her.
さとこちゃんの笑顔を見てると、なんだか心が洗われる気がしません。
He smiled, refreshed, searching for confirmation. I felt a little embarrassed to admit it, so against my better judgment, I played it off.
そうですか？あいつの笑顔じゃ皿一枚ろくに洗えないと思うんですけどね。
それを聞いたら、さとこちゃん怒るんでしょうね。でも、そんな彼女もとってもキュートなんですよ。
Leaving her cuteness aside, I could understand him thinking Satoko getting angry for being teased would be funny.
イリアさんでしたっけ？
イリエです。でも、みんな監督って呼びますからね。
Everyone calls him Kantoku.
前原さんも監督と呼んでくださるととても嬉しいです。
As he said that, Coach Irie smiled, blushing a little.
監督はサトコのことを気に入ってるみたいですね。
I didn't have any real basis for saying that. It was just what I felt to be true.
ええ。気に入っていますよ。
Isn't it called an Irie clinic as well? Wait, that's true! Which would then mean, when Rena said, I called the doctor, it was probably him. But the doctor is also the director, aka the Kantoku. So this motherfucker's behind everything. Or he might be one of the head figures. Oh shit. And remember, didn't Takano-san work at the clinic? And that might be even easier access for him to get access to fucking delete her, right? Because he knows where she be going for her work.
大好きです。彼女がもっと大きくなったら求婚しようと思ってます。
What? Oh, now he's a groomer too. So he's a murderer, doctor, director, coach, groomer. What the fuck? I always knew this guy was a freak the moment he touched my hand. This guy really says some insane stuff, doesn't he? Yeah, probably because he's fucking insane. After being astonished by this, I hurried to put my mind back in order. I had heard that this coach guy was the kind of person who said crazy things out of nowhere. According to Mion, if I took everything he said seriously, I physically wouldn't be able to take it. If I was able to ignore that part of him, he seemed like he'd be a really funny guy.
あれ？今前原さん驚かれました？じゃあひょっとしてさとこちゃんのこと狙っています？
What the f...
それは困ります。
This guy's probably one of those freaks who says crazy shit all the time to try to excuse himself of the crazy shit he says, because then everybody would just assume he's just being silly, but then he's actually being serious all the time.
私はもう何十年も前から狙ってるんですよ。
監督、何十年も前にはまだサトコは生まれてないと思うんですけど。
ん？
Coach gave a dry grin and laughed. Was this how I should be doing it? Oh shit. Oh my god. Age of consent in Japan in 1983 was 13. Oh wait, I didn't realize. Wait, what the fuck? Oh, I completely forgot. These motherfuckers had age of consent at 13 until 2023. What the fuck? That was 2 years ago. Jesus Christ. Oh, I forgot that was Japan. No, it's 16 now, but it used to be 13 up until 2 years ago. What the fuck? After that, I received many words of praise for my actions, almost too many, as that conversation was happening. Leaving aside the controversial statements this coach person would spout suddenly, I learned he was very composed and not a bad guy by any stretch.
俺なんかよりあの特大アーチを放ったサトコの方が賞賛に値すると思いますよ。正直あいつにホームランを打てるなんて思わなかったです。
さとこちゃんのお兄さんはどちらかというとおとなしい文系のタイプでした。
Isn't it set at the prefecture level and thus always higher? Yeah, but don't you think that like overarching rules like that should generally always be err on the side of caution, so it should be higher, so and then prefectures can raise it even further from there if they want to, rather than having it low as fuck so everybody can decide what the fuck they want to do? Like what? That's just like ridiculous.
きっとさとこちゃんはその反対の才能に恵まれたんでしょう。
Her brother? Right, he meant Satoshi, the one who left Satoko and ran away from home. Satoko's Nini, Satoshi Hojo.
ご存知ないですか？
Oh shit, he's about to drop some
さ
fucking...
とこちゃんのお兄さんです。北条さとしくんと言いましてね。彼もひなみ沢ファイターズで活躍してたんですよ。もっともっと活躍してほしかったんですが、転校してしまいまして。
Whoa, 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 uh-oh. Irie didn't get the notice. Nobody said he transferred. Everybody said he ran away. Uh-oh.
へえ、そうなんですか。
So he transferred. Yeah, maybe that was a little more considerate than saying he ran away. Now that he mentioned it, I think it was Rena. I think she said Satoshi transferred too. I didn't know the details of him having run away from home at the time, so I didn't pay much attention to it, but...
兄貴だけ転校したんでしたっけ？
Oh shit, it's the cicadas.
そういうのって珍しいですね。
The Higurashi. Everyone having fun was far away and the cheerful voices distant. Oh, fuck. Bro, we don't know we're talking to the fucking big boss right now. The chorus of the cicadas separated us from them, giving me a sense of distance. At first, I thought my own voice was too soft for even me to hear. But for a really long time, Coach didn't respond to my words. So at this point, I began to wonder if I had said something I shouldn't have. Just when I began to feel impatient, Coach finally spoke.
不幸なことがあったんです。いろいろと。
After informing me that what he was about to say was a secret, Coach began to talk a little at a time.
もう3年になります。ちょうど今頃の時期でしたっけ。聡子ちゃんのご両親が事故に遭われましてね。
Yeah, around the Watanagashi, motherfucker.
事故？ええ。旅先の公園で展望台から転落されましてね。
It was supposed to be just a little time away from the house with the family. They went for a walk on a path through a nature park after it rained. There was a little viewing platform that looked like it had a good view. That was the stage on which the tragedy was set. The metal fixtures in the viewing platform fence had deteriorated from time, and with all the rain they had just gotten, they might have loosened somewhat. Right before Satoko's eyes, both the fence and her parents fell. There was a river some tens of meters below. The water level was high due to the rain and apparently very muddy.
それで両親は
Coach gave a thin but melancholic smile and touched his paper cup to his lips. Without saying anything, I knew how unfortunate that accident was and how Satoko's family, our parents, had left on an eternal vacation.
じゃあ聡子って
I was so focused on being careful with my words that I lost what I was going to a single word, orphaned. I knew how little consideration it showed and how much it would hurt Satoko without having to say it aloud. Come to think of it, Satoko lived with Rika-chan. At least that's what I thought I heard from the others. Wait, Rika-chan? Her father died from illness too, and her mother soon after. Felt like I heard she was living by herself.
今はフルデさんと一緒に生活しています。二人ともご両親がいなくて心細い日もあったでしょうが、助け合いながら生活しているようです。親の庇護なく生きていくっていうのは、あの年頃にはとても辛いことだと思います。
Then why'd you guys kill their parents, motherfucker?
前原さんでもその辺はわかるでしょ？
That's Muzan's voice, by the way? I can kind of hear it, yeah, when he's pretending to be fucking a normal human being. I've only survived because I rely on my parents, so the only reply I could give was to nod. Wait, if it's Muzan's VA, that's even... Bro, that's like... I know we're metagaming here, but like, listen, you know how certain VAs, like, to voice certain types of characters, right? Motherfuckers always voicing villains. Yo, hold up. Pull up Muzan's VA's history here. Japanese voice actor. Ah, pull this motherfucker up. He be voicing all sorts of evil motherfuckers. Let's see here. Okay, it's a bit of a mixed bag here. It's a bit of a mixed bag. Not really getting it.
フルデさんは特に村のお年寄りに慕われていますからね。この村にいる限り生きていくのにそんなに不自由はないでしょう。
そういえばそうですね。リカちゃんって村のマスコットみたいなところがありますからね。確かにこの村での生活には困らないように思います。
Rika-chan could go meep just once and get 2 or 3 croquets from a vendor after all. I feel like if she asked for help, everyone in the village would.
でもそれはフルデさんだけの特別な事情です。聡子ちゃんも同じというわけではありません。
Rika being spoiled was just an exception. Upon thinking about it, normally living on your own as a child should be fraught with difficulty. It wasn't then very difficult to imagine how much suffering Satoko had to go through just to live. It wasn't very difficult to imagine. Was I really thinking that? No, I was only thinking the words. I couldn't imagine it in the slightest. How was I supposed to imagine it when I saw that annoying smile of hers? There was no way I could. I found out she was living apart from her brother, and I just kind of vaguely thought that it was rather unfortunate. I mean, Satoko was smiling so energetically every single day. Was I thinking about her smiling? Meant she wasn't hurt? That she didn't feel lonely? When she found out my parents were coming home the other night, Satoko said, a family sitting around a dinner table is the most fun way to enjoy a meal after all. Those words held a lot more weight now.
あの子を養子に迎えようと本気で思ったこともあります。
Motherfucker, didn't you just say you were planning to marry her? You're gonna adopt her and then marry her, so it's like incest too, motherfucker? What the hell?
養子
This guy's an absolute freak. It's a secret. After warning me, Coach put his index finger to his lips.
私はこの年になるまで本当に堅実に生活してきました。財産もあるし信用もあります。ですが結婚だけはしてない。法律で既婚者でないと養子は取れないって決まってるんですよ。だから私はさとこちゃんを養子にしてあげられないんです。残念です。さとこちゃんにパパって呼んでもらえる計画は早くも頓挫ですから。
This guy spouts some crazy stuff. At first I was only half listening, but midway through I realized how rude that was. This coach person seriously only wished for this one girl Satoko to be happy. That was neither crazy nor was it nonsense. He just wanted her to be happy. Those were his true feelings.
さとこちゃんの今の生活は決して幸福なものではないでしょう。でもね、それをほんの少しでも和らげてあげたいと思ってるんです。もっとも余り物のお裾分けや力仕事のお手伝いくらいしかしてあげられませんがね。
幸せですよ、サトコ。
You're wrong. Satoko's happy, huh? Coach showed surprise at my having declared
こん
that.
なにもサトコの幸せを強く願う人間がこんなに身近にいて不幸なわけがありません。
I spoke with a serious expression, quietly but firmly all the same. It was my approval of his feelings and my gratitude at Satoko's Nini.
ありがとう。でもさとこちゃんには内緒にしてくださいね。彼女私が養子にしたいなんて知ったら、こんなスケベ男なんか誰がパパと呼ぶものですかって憤慨しそうですから。
Bro, you are a pervert. This guy would probably get along with the cake freak. I wonder. Satoko may have been somewhat childish, but she was still able to empathize with people. She'd call him that. I knew it. As if my feelings had gotten across, Coach grinned satisfied and returned his gaze to the hustle and bustle before us. Her parents and her older brother. She lost her family and had no relatives and was huddled up with Rika-chan, who was in the same situation. Satoko Hojo. It wouldn't be odd for her to look at her life with despair, but she didn't seem to feel that way. She lived energetically with a smile.
あの子にはね、いつまでも笑っていてほしいんです。
It was a naive wish, and yet it was one that he couldn't help hoping for. So the words that I spoke were the same.
奇遇ですね。俺も同じことを考えています。
Oh shit, don't align yourself with this motherfucker, Keiichi.
おや、前原くんもですか？では私たちは仲間ですね。
Oh, whoa, don't trust him.
約束しましょう。
I don't like this
約束？
motherfucker. Every red flag on the book. It's a very simple one. The coach said this, giving me a grin.
絶対に彼女を泣かせたりしない。
He was short and to the point.
はい。俺もそれ約束します。
Coach nodded happily. We exchanged no more words after that. Bro, what's gonna happen? We accidentally make Satoko cry and then the director visits us and kills us? That's the ending. We just sat there comfortably gazing at Satoko and everyone else having a good time. She certainly lost family, but there were people watching over her. How reassuring must that have been?
仮にですよ。サトコを養子にできたらどうします？
それは難しい質問ですね。
Coach gave a wry, happy smile, then exaggeratedly tilted his head in contemplation.
まずですね、私のことをご主人様と呼ばせて優しく可憐なメイドにします。
はあ？
How does this guy always pick the craziest time to say the craziest things?
前原くん、私まだ何も言ってませんよ。
何言ってんですか。今はっきりと言ったじゃないですか。
そうそう。
Well, 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 look who's back.
サトコを自分専属のプリッチーなメイドにするってはっきり言いました。
ああ、それはいいですね。
Why do I feel like Irie also runs the fucking, I think he also runs a cafe.
さとこちゃんをプリチ
あ、プリティとプリチーは似てるようで微妙に違いますからね。日本のわびさびを
What
ミックスし
cafe?
た
The
和洋
the
折衷な
fucking
言葉
the
な
one
ので
where
注意してください。
Shion works at. Angel Mort.
なるほどな。いやー、日本語は本当奥が深いよな。
そうそう。ケイちゃんはよく理解してます。
What the fuck? How does she?
ではそういうことで。
My hand shot out and grabbed Shion, smiling, waving, and about to leave by the nape of her neck.
おい待てこら。突然現れて何をとんでもないことを言ってやがるんだ。
So have we met her and know her in this timeline? Because we've already done the curry thing?
とんでもないことって言ったら、ケイちゃんと監督がしてたサトコラブなトークの方がよっぽどとんでもないと思いましたけど。
Damn, so I'm so confused. It's like every story up to a certain point, right until we meet fucking Tomitake and Takano, everything remains within the continuity. But then everything after that becomes forgotten. Like,
養子縁組のあたりから再現してごらんに
yeah,
入
it's
れ
like a
ます。
save point. It's like, huh.
お前そんな時から息を潜めてやがったのか。
お姉にすらかなわないケイちゃんが私に歯向かおうなんて100年早いってことです。
So Shion Sonozaki, the younger of the Sonozaki twins, so she hadn't a scrap of the reserved quality you'd expect from a little sister. She was a villain no better than her older sister Mion. We met the other day in town and dug myself into a hole when I mistook her for Mion. Unlike Mion, Shion said she was living in Okinomiya, so I thought we'd never see each other again, but to think we actually would. My frankly displeased expression didn't change a bit either. This must be what people mean when they say something is like water off a duck's back. What?
シオンさん、よく来てくれましたね。来てくれないと思ってがっかりしてたんですよ。
まあ他にすることが思いつかなかったってことです。ちょっとからかいに行こうかなくらい
Yeah, how about
で
you
すので。
break into the storehouse, huh?
監督、どうしてシオンが戦勝祝賀会に呼ばれなくちゃなんないんです？こいつがどうチームの勝利に貢献したっていうのか。
それはですね、実は私がひなみ沢ファイターズのマネージャーだからなんです。
マネージャー？嘘だろ？そんならなんで昨日の試合にいなかったんだよ。
マネージャーはマネージャーでも幽霊マネージャーですから。
Oh, like Rice Gum's ghostwriter. She seemed to think I'd forgive her if she stuck her tongue out and smiled. She wasn't sorry at all.
シオンちゃんが来てくれないと試合に花がないんです。練習までとは言いませんから、試合にくらいまた昔みたいに応援に来てくれませんかね。
まあ考えておきます。ケイちゃんが
So does-
ひなみ沢ファイターズに移籍するんなら
So
考
does
えて
Keiichi
も
know
いい
that
か
Shion
な。
and Miura are different people? Yes. Like, he 100% knows who's who. I don't think Mion tried to pretend to be Shion in this timeline, right? Yeah.
私かっこいい男の子がいないと応援する張り合いがないんです。
Did Shion just smoothly say something absurd? Oh my god, this is my favorite part when Shion and Mion interact. is kind of fucked. Damn, she literally just called everybody on the current team ugly as fuck.
あんたまだどこから湧いて出たの？
Suddenly, Mion came running over, latched onto my shoulder, and pulled me towards her.
あー、みーちゃんの妹さんだ。しーちゃん、こんにちは。
レナさん、こんにちは。まだ1回しか会ってないのに名前を覚えてもらって光栄です。
あ、こちらこそ。レナの名前を覚えててくれてありがとう。
そんな挨拶はどうでもいいの。ケイちゃんの勧誘なんてダメだからね。ケイちゃんは我が部のホープなんだから。野球なんかに引っこ抜かないで。
True. Mion gave a low growl as she grappled my arm. She looked like a little girl desperately clinging to her toy.
うん、ケイチ君はうちの部活の期待の新人なの。だからトレードとかは全然ダメなんだよ。
Rena's smile hid a nonchalant bloodthirst. She was blocking Shion's way, ready to unleash an ultimate attack if she got within 2 meters of me. I felt like this was gonna turn into a bloody battle.
それは残念です。じゃあ交渉はまたの機会に。あんたに交渉権なんかないの？監督、なんでシオンまで呼んだわけ？シオンは丸1年もサボってる幽霊部員じゃない。
シオンちゃんがいると賑やかになって楽しいかなって思ったんですけどね。実に賑やかになりました。
That was what he planned for all along. Mission accomplished.
ほら、ケイちゃんおいでおいで。みんなでゲームやるよ。もちろん罰ゲーム付きでね。
しーちゃんもどう？ルールは簡単だし楽しいよ。
Oh no, Rena. Mion doesn't want that.
どうしようかな。私が参加すると勝っちゃいますから。お姉の部長としての面目を潰しちゃうと悪いですし。
Mion, now irritated, turned around with a glare.
なんですお姉。私も一緒に参加して姉妹対決にした方がいいですか？多分やめといた方がお姉のためだと思いますけど。
God, this is so crazy just remembering of Mion forcing Shion to grovel at her feet and beg for her life in the last chapter. For being a cocky piece of shit.
塩なんか混ぜてやらない。仲間外れ。ベーだ。
Whoa, Mion just avoided a direct confrontation. It seemed like the twins were completely incompatible with each other.
混ぜてあげないの？みーちゃんとの対決見たかったかな？
私、シオン嫌い。あいつと戦うのは苦手なの。
An angry Mion dragged me away. Slide.
頑張ってくださいね。ここで応援してますから。ケイちゃん、ファイト。おう。
Shion waved her hand at us, reveling in the bliss of teasing Mion. Alright, club activities had begun, which meant I needed to clear my mind. What was today's battle? Today's punishment game. I'd take anything on.
ほらほらケイチさん、覚悟なさいませよ。今日は徹底的に行きますわよ。
おう、上等だぜ。サトコだろうと誰だろうと手加減無用でぶっ潰してやるぜ。
そこをレナは漁夫の利で優勝だよ。
Oh my god.
僕はそれに小判ザメで優勝を狙いますです。はう。リカちゃんが小判ザメみたいにペター。本持ち帰り。
Huh?
よしみんな。
What the fuck?
今日は大人数だから簡単で分かりやすいゲームにしよう。今日のゲームはね、
Okay. Cinema. Everyone who lost the game dropped out and had to clean stuff up after the barbecue. Bitch, what you laughing at, huh? You wouldn't be laughing if you found out what happened to you last fucking chapter. Shion laughed more uproariously than anyone I'd ever heard when she saw my loser face. Okay. Was my getting bombed out of the game really that funny?
あの時のケイちゃんの顔お前らそれでも人間かよみたいな
ちくしょう長期の買い占めまでは作戦通りだったのにあそこでサトコとリカちゃんの裏切りさえなければ
It was going great while we maintained a united front, but Satoko had been quicker to betray me than I was. She was just a tiny bit better than me. Erg.
だから北条を信じちゃいけないって警告したんですよ。
Tomita-kun and Okamura-kun were unanimously wearing I told you so faces. Incidentally, those two were victims of Satoko's traps pretty early on as well.
富田君たちの分まで頑張るつもりだったのにな。
And once again, for the showdown, it didn't matter. Maybe this meant I still couldn't match up to the other members yet.
で、部活メンバーの最下位には何か罰ゲームがあるってことになってるんじゃなかったでしたっけ
Shion remarked as though forcing me to recall something I had tried to forget, even for a moment.
そうだったかな。
そういえば前原さん、委員長と罰ゲームを決めるときかなり熱くなってましたけど、一体何を罰ゲームにしたんですか？
さっきお姉にエンジェルモードの制服を調達してくれって頼まれたんですけど、それと何か関係あります？できる限り大きめのサイズでって言われたんですけど。
Tawata-kun and Okamura-kun were giving me these complex, indescribable looks mixing empathy, pity, and the desire to see something scary all at once. What the fuck? They want to see it. The fuck? These freaks. Oh, he's lost it. All I could do now was laugh. Strangely enough, the more I laughed, the more I felt like it was actually funny. Ugh! I lost.
あれあれ
This fucking freak again.
前原さんどうしちゃったんですか？
Get the fuck away, you
笑っ
freak.
たり泣いたり吠えたり。
いいんです。あれは嫌がってるふりのジェスチャーなんです。罰ゲームを口実に得られる貴重な経験に興奮を隠せないだけなんです。
True. Keiichi's one of those people. After he does it once, he's gonna get into it.
何が貴重な経験とは。
I held my head in my hands in agony. My state of mind could be summed up with a 3-letter word. It was sob. Coach gently put his hands on my shoulder. Was he comforting me? No, he was excited to
前
see.
原さん、苦境を受け入れなければならない時はですね、厳しい指導を受けているメイドであると想像するんです。ほら、絶望的なシチュエーションがなんだか楽しそうになってきませんか？
What is bro saying?
いいじゃないですか。
Red in the face and indulging in his imagination, still holding my shoulders, Coach said, "Oh, master," and started twirling around like a ballerina. I had to wonder what kind of word association he had going on in his head. At the very least, it was much different than what was in mine. First thing that comes into mind when I was thinking of disciplining certainly isn't maids.
富田君、岡村君、君たちの監督は実に面白いな。こんなのでよく監督が務まるな。
He should be in jail. Tomita-kun and Okamura-kun exchanged glances and answered with dry smiles. Then they added that he was a really nice person most of the time, which is something you'd normally say about a person like that. Coach's questionable revolution slowed to a stop, and then his expression returned to a clear, calm one, almost making what just happened seem like an illusion. He can switch gears way too fast. Yeah, that's a fucking
では
sociopath right
お
there,
片付け
bro.
を続けましょう。
That's definitely a sociopath.
前原さんは力持ちみたいですからね。プレートを水場に持って行って洗っていただけますか？
This guy's a fucking psycho.
了解です。
I hoisted the dirty barbecue plates, each with slimy oil clinging to it, and looked for wash basins. Arg, these are heavy. Where's the wash basins? Over there. Figuring I should make it there before my arms gave out, I headed towards it at a trot. A lot of the adults who have been helping out were using a wash basin, so I gave up and looked for a different set. Oh shit. I asked them and they told me that there were more right by the assembly hall too, so I decided to head that way. Oh shit, he's gonna see the storage. Rather than multiple basins, there were just one faucet there. I literally thought it was too small to wash plates as big as these, but it would probably still be faster than waiting for a faucet to open up back there. I returned a faucet and water much nicer looking than it gushed forth. I put a plate under the faucet and scrubbed it with my hand to try and rub it clean. Didn't go very well.
はい。スポンジとクレンザー。そんなの水だけで洗ったって無理です。
It was Shion. She threw a brand new sponge and a container filled with cleaner to me.
お、サンキュー。
Shion, you need to stop getting so
そんな
close
の
to
洗い場
me.
に置い
It's
て
gonna make
大人たちに任せちゃえばいいの
Mion
に。
jealous.
つくづくケイちゃんっていい人です。
I got the feeling that wasn't quite a compliment. I answered her with a forced
シ
smile.
オンがひなみ沢ファイターズのマネージャーだったなんて驚いたぜ。そういうのはめんどくさがってやらないやつだと思ってた。
ええ、めんどくさいですよ。ですから今は完全に幽霊ですけどね。
監督、帰ってきてほしいって言ってたじゃないか。たまには帰ってきてやれよ。
まあ気が向いたら。
Shion made it sound like the end of the world would happen before she felt like it. Whoops. I couldn't keep washing the dishes while preoccupied with conversation, so I decided to take my task seriously. Shion neither offered to help nor got in my way. She just quietly watched the water flowing from the faucet.
そうそう、聞きましたよ。
Oh god, here she goes. She's gonna fucking fill our heads with some fucking crazy shit.
昨日の試合、ケイちゃんが大活躍したそうじゃないですか。
褒めるなら俺よりもホームランを決めたサトコの方だろう。あいつ運動神経良かったんだな。俺驚いたよ。
サトシ君とは大違いです。きっと運動神経は妹に全部取られちゃったに違いないですね。
Shion smiled as she spoke, her eyes looking at something far away, betraying her reminiscence.
サトシ君？
北条サトコの兄です。
Oh god, she's gonna tell us what actually happened to him.
北条サトシ君。あ、そっか。ケイちゃんって今年引っ越してきたんでしたっけ？なら会ったことありませんね。
I was a little surprised that Shion knew about
会ったこ
Satoshi.
とはないけど少しは知ってるよ。確か両親が亡くなった後転校したんだよな。
Oh shit, here we go. I avoided saying that he ran away from home and used the slightly more vague words that everyone else did.
転校？
Oh shit.
誰がそんなこと言ったんですか？
The fucking coach did, bitch. I hadn't yet realized that Shion's tone had changed slightly.
いや、誰って？
Whoa, 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 whoa. Why does she look pissed? Uh-oh. Wait, did she really like... Maybe she really likes Satoshi. Wait. +1, I'm like, bro, now I'm feeling like... Why am I feeling like the Mion Shion switch was even more 5-head than we're thinking? Maybe there were switches within switches. And we thought it was Mion the whole time, but it was actually Shion. Maybe the person that was giving us a crazy look with the ladder and talking shit about Satoko wasn't Mion, and it was Shion.
誰だっけかな。うん、誰かに聞いたんだよ。転校したって。
その誰かって誰ですか？
Like, she's pissed about this being said about Satoshi. Like, she clearly cared about him.
誰かに聞いたから言ってるんですよね、転校って。
誰に聞いたかなんてよく覚えてないよ。転校だって言うならそれでいいだろう。別に問題があるわけじゃないし。
ありますよ。転校届が出されたわけですか？学校とかに。それを誰かが見た？それとも聞いた？
Another time, I not only noticed how awfully caught up on this Shion was. Okay, maybe not. Maybe Shion is once again pointing out to the flaws of what we thought we knew, and then making us question everything. But also how startlingly dangerous her eyes have begun to look.
シオン、なんだよお前。目がマジだぞ。
With that, Shion seemed to realize the expression she was making. She took a deep breath, pretended to fix her hair, and went back to her composed expression from before. Oh.
すみません。
Damn, bro. Was she fucking about to, like, drop a meteor on us? How she turned the sky red, too. And now it's back to normal.
でもケイちゃん、よく知りもしないでサトシ君のこと、転校とか言わないでください。本当に。
Oh shit, she's getting real defensive about Satoshi. That's what I'm saying, man. I feel like maybe it was Mion with the ladder. Or it was Shion with the ladder, maybe.
お願いしますね。
I realized I must have said something I shouldn't have. But I wasn't immediately sure what I should apologize for, so I just said one safe word for now.
なん
Sorry.
となく転校と聞かされて、そうだと信じてたんだよ。じゃあ、実際は違う
Oh
のか。
shit. No, Keiichi, don't ask questions. We're dead now. Hey, here we go. This is where it all goes off course. It was, of course. I proceeded by his parents. He had left his sister and run away. But I wanted to try and avoid using the word run away, so I pretended not to know. Upon seeing my flustered reply, Shion realized she was intimidating me and lowered her voice.
すみません。別にケイちゃんを責めてるわけじゃないんです。ちょっと言葉がきつすぎましたね。謝ります。
別に気にしてないよ。
That was a fib. I was actually a little scared even. Was there something wrong with saying he ran away? Was there some sort of misunderstanding in saying that he transferred? But before I could ask her, oh, Shiba,
おい、シオン。
she turned on her heel to leave.
じゃあ、頑張ってください。ケイちゃんのプレートで最後みたいですよ。洗い物。
Bro, Keiichi, I mean, you got this far, might as well fucking ask. Her final remark reminded me of the dishes I had so easily forgotten about. So immersed in conversation were we that it got pretty late. I turned the faucet again to get the water flowing faster. Whoosh. I silently scrubbed the plate. Or I violently scrubbed the plate. When I turned back around, Shion was no longer there. By the time I finished washing the plates, most of the other things had been cleaned up. The air had cooled off before I realized it, and as the heat that had stuck with us all day dispersed, a nice breeze started to blow. Okay. Coach got everyone together to make his closing remarks, and with that, another fun day drew to its close. In the end, Mion ended the game with a magnificent victory. Satoko and Rika-chan, who had labored so hard to betray me, had fallen into a huge trap afterwards, leaving them frustrated about more than a few things.
人を裏切るやつはいつか自分も裏切られる。いい見本だな。
そんなことケイイチさんに言われたくありませんわ。レナは誰の口車にも乗らなかったからね。2位になれたんだよ。レナはなかなか嘘に引っかからないのです。勘がいいのですよ。
I'm surprised. She seems like she would fall for the first lie to come her way.
それを言ったらケイちゃんでしょ。他人を食い物にしてやろうと欲張って真っ先に自分が食い物に。友達を紹介すれば紹介するほど高収入なんてバカな商法に引っかかるんじゃないよ。
へいへい、努力しますよ。とほほほ。
Even good friends will lay traps mercilessly and betray everyone in sight once they get into a serious enough game. But despite that, once it's all over, they can feel refreshed and laugh together. It reminded me of how we were all such great friends.
それよりもケイチさんの罰ゲームが楽しみでございますわね。でも本当に実現できますの？店長さんもそんなの嫌だって言うと思いましたよ。
Well, this is where we find out the store manager is actually Irie.
どうだろう。ケイチくんすっごく可愛くなるかも。なるかも。見てみたいかも。僕もとても楽しみなのですよ。転ばせてフキフキをさせますです。
ああ、それはいいね。
なぜここ一番で俺は勝てないんだ。今日は絶対に勝ちたい。この罰ゲームは誰かにやらせてみたいと思うといつも負ける。足りないのか。勝利への信念が足りないのか。うわ
敗者の嘆きは蜜の味ですわね。かわいそかわいそなのです。ケイチくんもこうやって強くなっていくんだね。去年のみーちゃんを見てるみたい。
Oh? Michan last year? What did she always lose and moan about in the past? How very interesting. I didn't know our undefeated president Mion was once like that.
余計なことは言わなくていいの。
Mion hastily recovered Rena's mouth. Everyone watching burst out laughing. Finally, Rika-chan pulled on Satoko's sleeve.
さて、僕たちはそろそろ行かないといけないのです。あ、お夕飯のお買い物に行かないといけませんわね。
I wanted to keep talking like this forever, but it was getting late. We split up with Satoko and Rika-chan and decided to get on our way home.
じゃあまた明日学校で会おうね。
Everyone waved to each other and split up for the short time between now and
じゃあ行こう。
now and tomorrow. We began walking down the tall staircase leading from the shrine grounds. As the sun started to set, the afternoon heat began to disappear as though it were never there. Just listening to the chorus of the Higurashi was enough to make me forget about how hot it had been today.
そういえばまだ6月なんだよね。今年は梅雨とか全然ないでいきなり夏みたいな感じだね。
Now that I thought about it, she was right. It was June, the season of long rain, of hydrangeas and snails. I haven't seen a real rainy season since transferring here.
週間予報によると週明けあたりからはもうちょっと梅雨らしい天気になるらしいよ。大雨注意とか言ってたから綿流しにぶつからなきゃいいんだけど。
そうなんだ。やっぱり梅雨は梅雨らしい方がいいよね。レナは梅雨の長雨って結構好きだよ。
長雨なんて気がめいるだけだって。ねえケイちゃん。
So Benkane?
ああ
I was a little spaced out, so I was late in answering Mion. I was thinking back to my conversation with her sister. Oh shit, don't ask. When I said that Satoshi transferred, Shion clearly got angry. She was mad at me for saying something so careless. I mean, it may have been a vague way of... Oh no, bro. Satoshi's fucking... He's... It may have been a vague way of skirting around the fact that he ran away from home, but I don't think it was so bad that Shion would need to feel mad about it. I wasn't really satisfied with it. I felt like a child completely ignorant of what he was being scolded for. So my thoughts spilled out of my mouth in a very direct fashion. Oh god.
サトコに兄貴っていたよな。サトシって名前だっけ？
As soon as I said the name, Satoshi, Rena, and Mion both lost their relaxed, comfortable mood and made strange expressions. Should I have avoided talking about this? That's what they made me think. But I've already said it, so that's that. And I'd be lying if I said I wasn't interested.
サトシってどうしたんだっけ？引っ越したんだっけ？
That was such a transparent way of putting it, but in my desire to know everything, I feigned ignorance.
うん。
Mion turned around and looked to Rena for assistance. Rena looked between us and quietly and softly spoke.
あれ言わなかったかな
Oh no.
転校しちゃったんだよ
Oh no, bro. We're getting deja vu. When I said those words to Shion, she got upset. So I answered her with the same words Shion had given
転
me.
校って誰がそんなことを言ったんだよ。
Oh no, bro.
え
I'd only intended to borrow Shion's words, but I said it exactly the same way she had, right down to the thorns in my voice. When I realized what I had done, I immediately tried to soften my
本
remark.
当に転校したなら転校届とかが学校に提出されるはずだろ。
Keiichi, why don't you just say Shion said this, so that, like, at least the blame comes off of you, and it's Shion's fault, and then Mion could kill her.
でもそんなの実際には出てないんじゃないのか？
Mion and Rena, their eyes grew wide. They were at a loss for words. I started to feel like I was doing something really bad. I thought they were only hiding the fact Satoko's older brother ran away out of consideration for her.
別に二人を責めてるわけじゃないんだぜ。ただサトシはどうしたのかなって聞いてみてるだけのつもりで。
I wasn't trying to blame them. The fact that I had to remind them even looked like I was tormenting them with an impossible question. No, maybe I was actually bullying them. Maybe I lashed out of them in retaliation for Shion getting mad at me. This whole day had been so much fun, but now... Why did I go and say something that made all of that meaningless? Yeah, why did you, Keiichi? I couldn't help but regret my own careless curiosity. That's enough, let's drop it now. As I was about to say that, Mion spoke up.
別に隠そうとか騙そうとかそういうつもりじゃないのを分かってほしいんだけど。
Okay. Mion's tone conveyed her genuine awkwardness. They sounded like the excuses of a child who'd been presented with evidence of her own mischief.
サトシは転校したわけじゃないんだよ。
Mion said, resigning herself, but I felt bad for pushing her to say that. Okay, hold up. They're not getting mad. So, it's okay, Mion. Let's stop talking about Satoshi. Sorry for teasing you. I wanted to apologize, but right before that...
帰ってこないの
Uh-oh. Unlike Mion's stammered reply, Rena was extremely clear and resolute.
帰ってこないって。え？
Hey, Altair, thank you for the prime. Welcome.
ある日から家に帰ってこないの
That day... He won't come back. That was a very strange way of putting it. Normally you would say that he hadn't come back yet. At least I thought you'd only say it like Rena did if he wasn't capable of coming back. You wouldn't say it like that when talking about someone who ran away from home.
帰ってこないってどういう意味だよ。じゃあサトシはどこへ行ったんだよ。
知らない
Oh, bro, Bro, we haven't seen this version of Rena in like 2 chapters. This is dark mode Rena. Rena's word choice felt very cold to me. It was so cold that I couldn't muster a response right away.
だからさ、レナの言う通りなんだよ。
Mion seems nice enough this chapter.
ある日を境に、サトシは家に帰ってこなかった。
Mion noticed a deadlock between us and hurriedly followed up on what Rena had
まあ
said.
村中みんなで探したし、警察も方々を探してくれたよ。それで家出じゃないかって話になってさ。
True, maybe the demon inside Mion is asleep because we didn't piss her off.
家出じゃないかって話になって。
And running away from home, I thought you were supposed to leave a note or something. So when Satoshi ran away, he would probably have left some kind of letter or apologize to Satoko. That was just kind of what I figured. But from the way Mion was talking, it seemed a little different than just running away from home.
警察の人が調べたらさ、サトシってバイトとかでコツコツとお金を貯めててさ、貯金とかしてたんだけど。
No, but we met Shion and Yushi and Mion are two different people. That means the doll stuff happened. No, I don't think so because he said in summary that he just happened to meet Shion the other day in Okonomiya and mistaken her for Mion. Yeah, I don't think any of that happened.
それをいなくなった日に全部下ろしてたのが分かったんだよ。で、名古屋駅だかでサトシによく似た人が目撃されたとかで。
He withdrew all his savings to fund his escape from home. Was that it? Seemed consistent enough to me, but before I could say anything.
私はそんなの嘘だと思う。サトシ君は家出なんかじゃない。
ちょっと待てよ。転校したわけでもなく、引っ越したわけでもなく、それで家出したわけでもないなら、一体サトシはどうして？
やめなよレナ。
Mion whispered to her. Rena, however, continued without interruption, and... Well, Rena doesn't like liars, so she's just being honest.
だってこれはお社様のたたりだもの。
Oh shit, wait, we're getting this from the girls this time. Instead of fucking... Oishi. Warfast, thank you for the 39.
たたり？
It took some time before I understood what Rena meant by that. Mion clicked her tongue and shook her head a little.
サトシ君は消える前に私に教えてくれた。
Oh shit, Crazy Rena is back. We didn't have Crazy Rena for a whole chapter.
誰かに見張られている。後をつけられている。家の中にまでついてくる。寝るとき枕元に立って見下ろしてるって教えてくれた。
やめなよレナ。
Uh-oh, Mion's getting...
それは間違いなくお社様のたたりの前兆。きっとサトシ君は心のどこかでひなみ沢を捨てて逃げ出そうという気持ちがあったんだと思う。それをお社様は許さなかった。
だからやめなって。
お社様はひなみ沢の守り神様。ひなみ沢を捨てて逃げ出そうとする人を絶対に許さない。私はそれを謝った。でもサトシ君はきっと謝らなかった。だから。
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
お社様のたたりに会ってしまったに違いないの。
お社様のたたりだって？
I hadn't intended to repeat it, but the words came out of my mouth anyway. Oishiro-sama's curse.
警察が家出だって決めつけたって信じない。私は絶対に信じない。そんなのたたりだと認めたくない村の偉い人たちが決めただけの嘘っぱち。
Jeez. Rena really is a fucking fanatic. Remember in chapter 1, Mion said she never really believed in this stuff, it was just Rena?
お社様のたたりは信じようと信じまいと確かに。
Wham! Oh shit. Mion? Mion struck Rena in the head, and not in a joking way either.
いい加減にしろって言ってるでしょ。恩和の私でも島には怒るよ。
Okay. Pushing her to her limits? Actually, there was plenty of displeasure and anger in Mion's face at that moment. For a few moments after being hit, Rena looked astonished. Yo, who wins, Mion versus Rena? Perhaps the voices of the Higurashi calmed her frantic mind, because after a little while she regained her original calm expression. Well, this is hella awkward tomorrow at school. We arrived at the place we always split up with Mion. No one said a word until we got there. The voices of the Higurashi just tortured our ears with their buzzing. We'd always split up with Mion here, leaving just Rena and me.
あのさ、ケイちゃん、前に漫画化すって約束したじゃない？よかったら寄ってく？
Oh shit, Mion's trying to save Keiichi. Huh? She promised that? However, I quickly realized it was a convenient way of saying she wanted to talk to me alone.
あ、そうなんだ。
Bro, Rena's not stupid. Rena knows.
じゃあレナは先に帰ってるね。
Oh no, bro. Maybe she realized it, maybe she didn't. Oh, she did. She's a fucking detective, bro. Thankfully, Rena quickly said she'd go home before us.
じゃあね、レナ。また明日。
うん、また明日ね。ケイチくんもあまりお邪魔しすぎないようにね。もう夕方だから。
ちょっと本を借りに寄るだけだよ。じゃあな。
Considering the fun day we had, it was a very insipid, lonely parting.
さっきの、あまり気にしないでね。
So a little while, Mion finally spoke. Quite some time had passed in splitting
い
up
や
with
別
Rena.
に俺の方が悪かったと思う。
サトシの話は、別に隠してたわけじゃないんだよ。あまり触れない方がいい話だからさ。
Okay, see, Mion seems pretty good. Mion seems pretty level-headed this time. I understood exactly what she meant by that. Judging by our odd interaction with Rena, I understood so well it hurt that I shouldn't ever talk about it again. Actually, if that's the case, then with Shion too. No, this is a bigger problem. Talking about it in the first place had been indiscreet. I shouldn't have been interested in it at all. But that's why I really had to think about it. About why everyone got so irritated. Idiot, stop this Keiichi Maribara. By the time I tried to warn myself, I'd accidentally spoken already.
もう
Oh,
二
God.
度と聞かないからさ。
Oh, shit.
正直なところを教えてくれないか。一体サトシに何があったんだ。家でなんだろう。
Oh, shit. For a long time, Mion remained silent, but finally, unable to endure it any longer, she began to speak timidly.
お社様のたたりの話は、聞いたことある？
ほんの少しくらいなら。
I got the gist of it. I only overheard someone in class talk about it, though. Oeshiro-sama was the name of the deity protecting Hinamizawa that they worship at the shrine we had the barbecue at today. And a few years ago, when they started talking about flooding Hinamizawa as part of the dam project, one of the people who worked on the site died or something, and people blamed it on Oeshiro-sama's curse. That's how it was.
サトシの死んだ親ってのがさ、ダムの誘致派でね。
え？ひなみ沢の人って村中でダムに反対してたんじゃないのか？村人なのにダムの賛成派もいたのか？
Dam project that would flood the entirety of Hinamizawa. I heard the village all got together to fight the terrible project, but it was a little hard to believe that there were villagers who were supporting it.
まあ、いろいろと事情もあってね。ダム計画に反対する人ばかりでもなかったんだけどさ。で、その親ってのが誘致派のリーダー格だったんだよ。
Oh shit.
誘致派のリーダー格。つまり聡子とサトシの親がってことだよな。
うん。国はダム工事に伴って多額の保証金を用意してたからね。そのお金が欲しくてダム計画に賛成してた人たちも結構いたんだよ。
Aside from a few households, Hinamizawa was in general not very affluent. And not because they were proud to inherit the land of their ancestors, it wouldn't be strange if some people wanted enough money to start a new life. But even in that case, they would have to hesitate to say so given the situation. It just happened to be Satoko and Satoshi's parents who understood that and stood up to be their representative. By that standard, you might say Satoko and Satoshi's parents were very heroic. They volunteered to be hated all to keep those without so much money who didn't have a voice.
それで運悪くその両親がさ、 お社様を祀るお祭りの日に事故死しちゃったんだよね。それでお社様のたたりにあったんじゃないかってことになっちゃったわけ。
I thought back to what Coach told me today. They went to a nature park on a family outing and fell from a
で
cliff.
サトシが家出したのまでお社様のたたりってことにされちまったわけか。
まあ、そんな感じ。
It was a bit of an evasive reply, but I felt it was wrong to ask any further, so I didn't press her for details.
もう説明するまでもないと思うけどさ、サトコにとっては両親の事故もサトシの家出も、そしてお社様のたたりなんて話も愉快な話じゃないのはわかるでしょ。
Yeah, of course I know. I could only nod silently.
だからさ、私たちはサトコの家族の話には触れないことにしてる。サトシのことは仮に聞かれても転校したってごまかすことにしてる。その辺の事情を汲み取ってもらえるよね。
They wanted to protect Satoko's happiness, her smile. Someone who thought that way once, even for a short time, I really did regret having been imprudent enough to broach the topic to begin with.
わかるよ。俺も軽はずみなことを聞いたと後悔してる。
When she heard that, Mion smiled, seeming a little relieved. Without understanding, thinking that I should get going, I began to make my way home. Oh boy. Mion, you know it's not gonna end this way. This dumb fuck's gonna dig. And he's gonna fucking talk to Shion again, and then Shion's gonna say something, and then fucking Tomitaka's gonna show up with a fucking stupid ass camera, and then they're gonna be like, oh my god, did you... I could really have stopped by Mion's house, but it was already late. I'd stop by again the next time I had the chance. No, you don't want to go into Mion's house, motherfucker. Last time you did, you died.
じゃあな、ミオ
Oh,
ン。
I know, you almost died.
今日は悪かったな。また明日な。
じゃあね。
We waved to each other. Then suddenly remembering something, Mion called out to me.
ケイちゃん、あとさ、
Oh shit, she's gonna ask about Shion.
サトコにだけじゃなくレナの前でもサトシの話は慎んでくれるかな。
Oh, so Satoshi was a soft spot with Rena. I feel like Rena killed Satoshi, bro. It had to have been. Rena definitely killed Satoshi.
え？
さっきので分かったと思うけどさ、
Oh shit, music.
レナってどういうわけかお社様のたたりの話だけは笑い事で済まないんだよ。転校してきた時から。
Yeah, judging by how Rena was acting earlier, it was clearly no laughing matter to her. Mion had interrupted the conversation for us, but if Mion hadn't been here, what might have
どうして
happened?
レナはあんなにマジになるんだろうな。
Not only Rena either, but Shion too.
知らない。レナはね。あ、これ内緒だよ。言ったら絶好だよ。
Mion emphasized this as her expression clouded even
言わ
further.
ないよ。で、レナが何だってんだよ。
お社様のたたりに会ったことあるんだって。
え？
私は悪いけど被害妄想過剰な何かの思い込みじゃないかって思ってるんだけどね。でも本人はそう言ってるし、そう信じてる。茶化すとかなり怒る。レナは普段はちゃらけてるけど怒るとかなり怖い。
わかっ、レナの前でも言うなってことだろ。サトシの話。
Well, for what we know from previous chapters, Rena did the school incident where she fucking hit all those boys and broke all the glass because of quote-unquote Oyashiro-sama's curse, right? So maybe Oyashiro-sama's curse makes people do something, and if they don't do it, then like something bad happens to them. And that was Rena. She had to fucking beat up all those kids and then shatter all the glass. And Mion's, assuming it was Mion at the end of chapter 2, was that she had to kill everybody that was going against the village, right? And if she didn't, that's why she was like gasping for air at the end, because she said she didn't have much time left, and if she didn't, she was gonna die. What about Keiichi in chapter 1? I think Keiichi in chapter 1 was also getting the curse. I don't know what the fuck he had to do. Maybe he had to apologize. Remember the whole thing with chapter 1 was that Rena was non-stop saying sorry, I'm sorry, I'm sorry, I'm sorry, but Keiichi never apologized until the very fucking end. In his mind, he never apologized, and because he never apologized, the curse caught up to him and killed him, right? So like maybe that's a curse that forces someone to have to do something, or else it like basically kills them. Yeah, Keiichi literally says, I said the I'm sorry basically as he was dying. So yeah.
できればこの話題にも二度と触れるべきじゃないと思うね。レナのためにも。
Yeah, but he apologized too late because it was literally too late. Remember how Mion was saying at the end of chapter 2, like she thinks she doesn't have much time, so she has to do it now, and if she runs out of time, she's basically dead.
サトコのためにもさ。
For everyone else's too. And if I must say, for your own sake too, Kei-chan, with her silence, Mion made sure I knew
そう
that.
だな。うん。分かったよ。
ありがとう。
Saying only that, she waved her hand and began walking away. I watched her go, a little dazed, and then started walking myself. Satoko's older brother, Satoshi. Had he run away from home? Or had he been a victim of a curse and disappeared forever? Whichever the case, none of this was anything I should have asked about. But Mion was already dead as she stabbed Keiichi, as she said. Well, so there's still my running theory that wasn't actually Mion the whole time. A lot of it was Shion, and they had to swap at some point because Oishi said that Mion was at the bottom of the well, right? So there's that whole switcheroo going on there. So I'm not exactly sure what the fuck was going on there. I don't know, man. It's a lot of confusing shit. Yeah, and Takano's time of death. Yeah, there's some shit that doesn't really align and make any sense. I don't really understand how the, like, you die, but then you continue to exist for a little while longer thing. Because none of that has been explained. Cool air forced me into self-reflection. I wanted Satoko to smile, yet my curiosity easily defeated me, and I frivolously tried to step into the dark side of things in a joking way. I'm shameful. I wanted today to be exactly like yesterday. I wanted tomorrow to be just as fun as today too. So why did I go and do something like that? We were having a blast at the baseball game yesterday, and today we had a blast at the big barbecue today too. It was a lot of fun. Well, Keiichi, about when it comes to having friends, you know, sometimes the real friends will, you know, hold each other accountable. All right? You can't just be happy all the time. But you're also stupid as fuck, Keiichi, so. But then I went and almost nullified all of those fun times. I would have to be more careful starting tomorrow. I would pull all this unpleasant stuff behind me forever. Like hell, I'm gonna let my enjoyable life end because of how careless I was today. But the more I thought of that I'd be more careful starting tomorrow, the more I couldn't get rid of the ominous thought that I had already put an end to those enjoyable days with what I'd just done. Hey, wait. Calm down, Keiichi Maribara. The gears of destiny are freaking gigantic, aren't they? What happened just now was trivial. It doesn't make any sense to think my life will be totally different starting tomorrow. But even though I understood it logically, the mist in my heart wasn't going to fade until tomorrow turned out to be as fun as
変
today.
だぞ俺。さっきのみんなとのやりとり。ちょっと気にしすぎだぜ。
I wish tomorrow would come already. I wanted to make me understand how absurd my insignificant doubts really were. The night was long. Shit. Okay. Overthinking before Wata Nagashi? Well, I think this is the... I guess it isn't the first time. Slacking manager, copy of preliminary autopsy. East round 3. Mystery meat. Having a... Bro! Why was that achievement called mystery meat? And the barbecue with every... What? What the fuck did we just eat? We just ate some fucking human flesh. Oh shit. Oh, shit. Well, chat, as promised, there is Higurashi, 1 chapter, 10.5-hour stream. Fuck me. Oh, my God. Jesus Lord. My sleep schedule's gonna fucking get ruined again, bro. Oh, God. Anyways, chat, tomorrow we have the Genshin Impact live stream that we're going to react to. I believe we have the Nikki live stream coming up as well. We got a bunch of stuff. Very, very pog. I'll see everybody tomorrow. Duet Night Abyss. Yup. Duet Night Abyss. I'll do whatever I need to do. For a little bit of context for people here, right? Duet Night Abyss. The devs are essentially letting me pick up to, I believe it's 3 people, 3 winners. Yeah, I believe we're getting up to 3 winners. So I'll be running like one of those Discord giveaway things. So if you guys want to stay tuned for the Duet Night Abyss Discord channel, I'll probably do one of those like Discord giveaway command things, and you just need to participate. I'll probably let it run for like an hour or 2, and then we get the 3 winners, and then we'll go for there. Anyways, I'll see y'all tomorrow. This is basically for, I believe, the next beta access. Yeah. For the test key giveaway for the next beta. Yeah, I'll probably run it in a couple hours. I forgot I need to send it later today. Well, it's fucking already late today. I'm kind of cooked. Anyways, chat, I'll send y'all over to Ruby, my Ruby. I'll send you guys over to Ruby. Good night, everybody. Oh, Jenna's streaming Etheria. You guys could go watch Etheria. Bro, this feels so weird to be streaming at this time. Just like an absurd fucking time. Jenna or Sweetly? Bro, we literally rated Sweetly yesterday. You pig. What's wrong with you? Fucking get a goddamn... Figure your shit out, okay? We can't rate Sweetly every fucking day, alright? Jesus Christ. Anyways, good night, everybody. Bye-bye!